Not much is happening in the portal. Is Auburn going to be okay? Yes, welcome back on into the Auburn Angle, and thank you so much for tuning in and listening today. The portal's been pretty quiet so far. Auburn got their first commitment today. It was the third string quarterback at USF last year. So we did have a quarterback commit today. Not the quarterback we all expected, but I'm not worried about that yet. But yeah, we did have a quarterback commit today. Third string quarterback from USF was a true freshman. Just goal is bringing in one of his guys that he trusts, and we'll be a backup here at Auburn, and we'll help him in practice. So that will be exciting. But overall, I mean, the portal world has not been super active, and I mean, don't get me wrong. It was day 2 today, so I didn't expect. I think tomorrow we'll start seeing things ramp up as kids get to schools and start visiting and all that stuff. But I know for a fact Auburn hosted a bunch of kids today, and so. It'll be interesting to see. Hopefully tomorrow, maybe we start getting some announcements. Obviously, the one that everyone talks about, Byron Brown. I heard Byron was on campus today, I think, and heard he was in Auburn. Because USF finally, inserted his papers, his portal papers, to the NCAA. So Byron Brown this morning officially was entered into the portal. So he was able to, meet with the staff, all that stuff. And I've heard a lot of good stuff. I still expect, without a doubt, no problem, Byron Brown will be an Auburn Tiger. And a lot of media was posting this morning that it was almost like a done deal. I mean, Byron was going to come to Auburn, and he was going to join Alex Kolsch. That's what we've been hearing. So expecting that, obviously. I posted a show yesterday, maybe 2 days ago. It might have been 2 days ago. Talking about some guys who I expect, and I still feel really good about a lot of those. You can go check out that video and kind of see who we're gonna get, or who I think we might get. Obviously, still feel really good about Jaheim White. I think is the West Virginia running back. I have that written down somewhere, but still feel good about him joining us. Obviously, like I said, we hired his running backs coach, so that would not be surprising. Still feel good about most of the USF wide receivers. Keyshawn Singleton is a name to look out for. Like I said, Fred Gaskin is a DB for USF. Still Auburn. I think feels pretty good there. I think he just recently scheduled a visit to Auburn, so that will be good, and that's exciting. In this portal situation, it's different than high school. It's if a guy is lined up to visit you first, that's a pretty good sign. And then sometimes situations, if he leaves not committed, then sometimes that's it. You lost out on a guy. He's going somewhere else. He didn't want to commit. The portal, like I said, it's only a 2-week window, and so these guys have to visit and figure out where they want to be quickly. And so for some of these kids, they already have an idea of where they might want to go. They're going to go visit that school. They're going to get shown around the school, get treated like a king, and then next they're committing. One I did say as I'm recording this came up tonight as I'm recording this. Jay Crawford announced he is committed to Ole Miss, which is not ideal for Auburn. Just to the fact that we play Ole Miss next year in Oxford, and so yeah, I mean, I think Jay Crawford's an elite cornerback, and so I definitely don't want to play against him. But it is what it is. And we don't have a guy like Cam Coleman anymore who can just dominate any corner in the league without hesitation. So that's a little not frustrating, but not the best news. But it's fine. Some more news. Cam Coleman announced a couple places, or people around him, his agent might have announced it. Announced some places he was visiting. I think that list included Texas Tech, USC, and also Alabama. I'm not entirely sure if the Alabama one though is still happening. I've heard some conflicting reports that visit was canceled. Man, I sure hope so. I have a lot of feelings about that, but yeah. I would be totally fine with Cam if he transfers somewhere that just Auburn doesn't play. I would be fine with that. You go to UCAM, you get your money. I will miss you, but I mean, at the end of the day, as long as we don't play you, I'm good. Yeah. So like I said, it's just been really quiet, and hopefully there just hasn't been much to talk about. Hopefully, sometime today as this goes up, we get some good news about Byron Brown. I honestly do expect that. So yeah, that is the portal news really kind of going on right now. Like I said, not a ton. Auburn basketball played yesterday as this goes up. We lost. If you didn't see, it was a crazy game though. I mean, it went back and forth in the beginning, but then Georgia kind of held a steady lead for the back end of the first half, and like majority of the second half, they held a 1 to 4 point lead for the most of the time. They might have gotten it up to like 7 or 8 a couple times, or maybe even like a 9, but 4 to 6 kind of felt like the range where they kept it for a long time. And I was hopped on the Barncast on yesterday, and we watched, we stayed through the whole game typically, but it got down to what? I think we were down 4 points with like 4 seconds left or something like that. And so we ended it. So we got off. And boy, was that a mistake, because I think I went after I got off, after we ended the stream, I got off and I went downstairs. I can't remember what I was doing. I was talking to my parents or something like that. And then I came back upstairs. I think I was coming to get something out of my room, but next thing I know, I'm walking back up to my computer and I look and I was like, oh, we're shooting free throws right now. Like we're down by 2, I think, and we're shooting a free throw. Like, we missed this. We have a chance to score right here, to tie the game up. And so I don't fully sit down on my computer yet. I'm kind of standing like right back here a little bit, just kind of watching my monitor right here, because that's where the game was. And next thing I know, I just see Keyshawn Hall purposely missed the free throw. I mean, perfectly. You couldn't have asked for a better miss. Right off the side of the rim, it goes to the left. It allows Kevin Overton to get around his guy, get the rebound, and then he just levitates. He just levitates above the Georgia defense, specifically Blue Cane, and just drains the shot, ties the game, and we head into overtime. So yeah, I mean, unreal. That game looked so completely over, and then out of nowhere, Georgia just was like, nope, it ain't over. We're gonna give this one up. Obviously, ultimately, Auburn loses in overtime. Frustrating loss to start the season. Tahad had 25 points. He fouled out. Philip Jovic, I'm not sure how many points he had, but he fouled out as well. There's a really funny picture. Hold on, I have it. Let me pull it up. Yeah, I think this was the foul where Jovic fouled out, but people are like, he was seeing red in that moment right there. That was hilarious. But yeah, I mean, it's a road environment in the SEC. It's not going to be super easy, but still would have been huge to the program to get that win, especially after the tough losses that we've had against some really, really good and impressive opponents. I didn't think Georgia was that much better than us. I mean, clearly they weren't, but again, they had a big dude, a big guy who just, I mean, you just want to drive in on us to the paint, you're going to score. I mean, almost every time. If you have somewhat of a decent, good, big guy, you just go down low and you're going to score on us. Yeah, Keyshawn Murphy just can't keep up with a guy that's close to 7 foot. So that's frustrating. But it is what it is. And I think this team still has potential. We did pretty well in the first half offensively. I think we shot like 48% from the field. We didn't shoot terrible from the 3-point line. Georgia shot really well from the 3-point line, and they had one dude, I think it was number 5. Bro, you could not stop him. Just you couldn't. He was making these like crazy corner threes, contested, like pulling up, like back up, or I'm blanking on the word right now. Like a fadeaway. I mean, it was just, and like crunch time. I mean, like these shots are in overtime. Like that's what lost us the game. And also free throw shooting. Golly. The free throw shooting might lose us a ton of games this year, and it already has. Like multiple games we've lost was because of free throw shooting. It was not good today or yesterday. Like Sebastian Williams-Adams cannot hit a free throw right now, and it's across the board. I mean, we need to be consistently making 2 free throws per attempt, and it's been frustrating to see us make 1 free throw. When we have 2 shots. Or like missing a free throw on a 1-on-1. Like you got to make the first one, at least give yourself a chance for the second one. So that's frustrating. And I keep thinking like, oh, they're going to practice a ton of these. It's going to get better. And it just hasn't each week. So that's frustrating, but I want to say maybe it'll get better, but I don't know. And free throw shooting seemed to be a little bit of a problem last year too under Bruce. So I don't know if they really practice them a ton. I don't know if they're like told like, hey, go make sure you practice these on your own time, but we're not going to practice them in practice. I don't know. It's pure speculation. I have no idea. It's just as interesting that under both Pearls, it has been a little bit of an issue. Yeah, I think that is most of what I have today. Like I said, nothing much, short show today. There just is not a ton happening right now. So hopefully by this time tomorrow, we've got a lot to talk about. We've got a lot to talk about. Big announcement. I am joining the team over at the Barn, Auburn.com/the Barn YouTube page. Y'all go give it some love and some support. They are fantastic over there. And, that's, the Barncast I do. And now I'm running a show with Hunter Bussey. Some of y'all might know who that is. Me and him are going to be running a show over there called The Social Hour. It's going to air Monday through Friday on around 7 p.m. every night. And we just have a little bit of fun. We just talk Auburn sports. We find memes across the internet about Auburn. We find Auburn headlines, all that type of stuff. We compile it all, and we just talk about it, and we have a little bit of fun with it. So y'all go over there, give that page some love, give the Barn some love. They're awesome. They have a message board. Sign up to be a member for the YouTube page, and it's awesome. So much great stuff happening over there. But don't worry. If you watch this, I'm still going to be doing the Auburn angle, and so. Yeah, I will still be doing this show, and I'll also be doing this show. So, yeah, make sure to, keep watching me here. We go over there and check those out as well. First video airs Monday, so that is going to be a ton of fun coming up. So, if you ever have any, you find any funny Auburn stuff, feel free to send it to me, and I might, just put it in that show over there. So, like I said, not too much tonight. But hopefully it gets going soon. You got to give it a couple days with the portal. These guys have to get to the school. I mean, like I was talking with someone earlier, you have to get to the school first. Like it's not going to be like, oh, I'm in the portal. 20 minutes later, I'm committing to a school. Like a lot of these guys have to go take a visit. Got to talk to the coach. And so day one was a lot of traveling, I'm sure, for these players. And then now in day 2, we saw a couple commits roll in, not a ton, but a couple. And just from every day from here on out, hopefully things start to speed up, and we'll have a lot to talk about. As more recruits come in, I will, try to do some instant updates or instant reactions over on my Instagram at _ or I think the Auburn angle might just be that. or underscore something in the Auburn angle. I'm not entirely sure I can figure that out. But yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, we'll do instant reactions, and then obviously, like as these guys commit, we'll do more like actual shows like this, talking about some of these guys. I'm gonna wait to include that quarterback we got today until we get a couple more guys. But like, he's not super stoked to have him on the team, but he's not gonna be like a starter or anything like that. So not too invested or worried about that there. All right. I think that about does it for today. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Please like the video. Please subscribe. And like I said, go check out the Barn Auburn YouTube page. Go subscribe to them. They're fantastic, and we love it over there. So, yeah. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next one.